Hi everyone, I am Salahuddin. Welcome to this documentary video about water supply in Malaysia, presented by group number 7. We're gonna talk about this problem and we will try to make a small comparison between different states, and by the end of the video, we will try to make a suggestion or solution to this crucial problem. But as you can see, my table is very messy, so let's go out and see what is going on.
2,000 years later.
Hello again. So before we go through the details about the topic, we should know what the water in general is. So water is the most fundamental necessity of our lives, and more than 70% of the Earth's surface is covered by water. But there is only 1% of that water is usable as a fresh water. Water is used for several areas, like domestic in our house, like industrial or commercial in hotels and restaurants, and of course the agriculture. The last one, agriculture need, consume more than 80% of our water, compared with domestic that consume only 8% of that water. After we talk about the use of water, let's talk about the source of water. There is two main sources of the water. The surface water like river and ocean, lakes, etc. And also there's the groundwater that comes from the depth of the earth. So we talk about the use and we mention the source of water. But that leads us to one of the most important questions, which is the water consumption. So back to 2019, 6.8 billion liters were consumed in Malaysia just for domestic water. And that amount is 1 billion higher than what has been recorded in 2012. So as you can see, it's gonna be rain. So let's go back home and finish the video. Actually, the demand of water is growing in the line with population growth and of course the development of environmental sector. So for example, the consumption of water supply or the consumption of water just for domestic is accounted 59% compared with just 40% in industrial needs. So there are three states that has the highest rate of water consumption in whole Malaysia, which is Selangor with more than 30% and Johor with just 13 or 12% and Perak with 8.3%. So presently 25 river has been identified as area that experiencing water stress. Moreover, the majority of these rivers have reached their maximum capacity. And of course, they are polluted in some degree. So to know more about this problem, which is the water supply crisis, let's go and see my friends what they have done in this topic.
Water shortage is not something new to Malaysians, especially for the people who live in Selangor, as this state has been suffering from water supply disruption since a decade ago. According to Malaysia's Water Association, in 2017, Selangor has recorded the highest water supply issue in Malaysia at 62.4%. Water disruption in Selangor are caused by little amount of treated water reserve. In 2017, the water reserve margin in Selangor was at 0%. In the event of a burst pipe, damaged water treatment or sudden increase in water demand, it is very likely to cause water disruption in this state. In 2017, water consumption in Selangor was about 234 liters per capita compared to the national average of 209 liters per capita, which contribute as the highest water consumed in Southeast Asia. The other reason of water disruption is that the water supply and distribution system had barely been upgraded for several years despite the rapid development of Selangor. The burst pipe incident happened frequently as the old piping system was not designed to withstand high pressure to support the high demands. Pengurusan Air Selangor is in charge of administrating the operation and treatment of water supply resources in Selangor. Pengurusan Air Selangor also is the largest operator in Malaysia compared to the other states. Pengurusan Air Selangor has 34 water treatment plants located in 11 water supply districts to treat the polluted water resources and ensure enough water supply in Selangor. Other than that, one of the most important works of Pengurusan Air Selangor is to provide a safe supply of drinking water to more than 8.4 million consumers in Selangor, Kuala Lumpur, as well as London. This company had also spent up to 1.8 billion to repair and replace 716 kilometers of old pipeline network to upgrade the water supply distribution system and water treatment plants. There will also be more new water treatment plant construction projects to be implemented in the effort to reduce this water shortage in Selangor.
Supply company in Penang called Pembadanan Bekalan Air Pulau Pinang (PBAPP). Originally in 1973, it named as Pihak Berkuasa Air, and in 1999, it was corporatized to become accountable and financially independent water supply operator. It abstracts raw water from Sungai Muda, where located at the border between Penang and Kedah. PBA supplies water to 1.7 million Penang people. It has 4 dams and 9 treatment plants. The daily treated water supply is about 1,105 million litres per day. It covers 100% urban water supply coverage and 99.8% of rural supply coverage. However, water supply in Penang is facing challenges. First challenge is Penang has only one major raw water source. Penang has been dependent on Sungai Muda, which is located at Kedah State, and its one and only major raw water resource. More than 80% of raw water from Sungai Muda abstract daily to produce treated water for Penang. Second challenge is high per capita domestic consumption in Penang. In 90s, per capita domestic consumption in Penang was 255 litres per capita per day, while in 2020, it reached 299 litres per capita per day. United Nations have set daily water requirement at 165 litres per capita per day. Penang people has much higher than that. Third challenge is the climate change. It affected rainfall in water catchment area of dam in Penang and Kedah. The capacity of dam fell into critical level during dry season. There are few solutions taken by PBAPP to tackle the challenges. Penang State Government and PBAPP proposed the setting up of Ulu Muda Basin Authority (UMBA) to manage Ulu Muda as the most important basin in the Northern Corridor Economic Region (NCER). Next, Sungai Poi Water Supply Scheme is introduced in aiming another river called Sungai Poi. It acts as an additional raw water resource in Penang. PBAPP is bringing more advanced technology to effectively treat the water from the river for safe consumption. Lastly, the solution is Penang Desalination Water Supply Scheme, the construction of a seawater desalination facility in the southern area of Penang to address the increased water supply need in surrounding area. Since Penang is like Singapore surrounded by sea, it has theoretically unlimited access to the seawater for desalination.
AKSB reported that there is about 50% of water loss happened in Kelantan in the early of January 2021. The disruption of water supplies also occurred in 32,018 accounts. Issues of water supply in Kelantan is not uncommon one. Only 71.7% from 1.7 million people residing in Kelantan get access to clean water. By far, there are 10,437 complaints regarding on the leakage of distribution pipes and 192 report of complaints regarding on the leakage of the main pipe. Hence, there's also issue of case regarding on the violations of water quality in the water treatment plant, which is against the standards due to the damage of plant equipment. Far, 15 out of 36 treatment plants were not operating well at a full capacity. Water supply problems happened in Kelantan due to a few factors. The first one is the insufficient budget to cover up the whole population in Kelantan. Second, the productions of treated water which exceed the capacity. the third one, of course, that may be due to the growing population happened in the Kelantan state. Poor maintenance and management in handling reports from customers has become one of the major factors in Kelantan water supply problem. Other than that, there's also too old and low quality pipes that connecting water from the source. For some houses in Kelantan, they're still using too old well, and some of it are broken, which has supplied the dirty water to houses. In order to solve all the problems regarding on water supplies issue in Kelantan, Water Concessionaire Company, which is held by the AKSB or Air Kelantan Sdn Bhd, has managed 261,000 account holder in Kelantan area. AKSB, along with the Kelantan state government, had created their own strategic plan to solve the issue of water supply in Kelantan. For example, there will be replacement of water pipes which are more than 40 years old to reduce the non-revenue of water. It includes 515 kilometers of old water pipes. Hence, there will be upgrading plants and integrated sewage plants. Plus, there will be also constructions of 4 new dams to supply sufficient water throughout the states. In short term, there will build 3 new treatment plants, which is accomplished by 2024 and channel 80 million liters of water per day. Constructions of 2 riverside reservoirs, or we call it as taps, to overcome water supply problems in the main city and increase the Kelantan's water reserve margin by up to 20%.
As a conclusion from Group 7, we would like to conclude that all the parties, governments, NGOs, non-NGOs, industrials and publics need to collaborate each other to bring up the good water quality in Malaysia. For example, like having campaigns, self-discipline and self-awareness. I would say the self-awareness among each other, so that we can have a good quality in Malaysia. Thank you so much.